There's widespread confusion today when the Trump administration issued a memo that paused all federal financial assistance that the administration says conflicts with Trump's agenda.
A federal judge paused that memo from taking effect until Monday. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch is following this story. Janelle, leaders in healthcare say without these funds, the impacts could be devastating.
That's right. A 149-page lawsuit from state health leaders across the country details the impacts of losing federal funding. Colorado health officials say care providers would lose billions. A block from a federal judge now buys organizations some time to figure out potential needs and next steps.
The early freeze on federal funding was frustrating, to say the least. But that feeling only scratched the surface for healthcare officials in Colorado.
When funding to healthcare providers is abruptly or drastically cut off, for whatever reason and for whatever length of time, it is destabilizing and it is deeply worrisome.
In a lawsuit filed against the president, the Colorado Department of Public Safety says the state relies on more than $11 billion in federal funding each year. Denver Health says it receives about $89 million to support its programming and its patients,
of which we have almost 300,000.
Donna Lynn is the CEO of Denver Health. She says she woke up to a mess, unable to access their health care funds.
We funnel it to research, where we fund researchers who are doing, work on how do we improve our clinical quality of care, how do we do a drug trial. I mean, many things that improve the quality of care to patients and improve the lives of our physicians who are trying to deliver that care.
Access was restored by early afternoon. Around the same time, a federal judge blocked the funding freeze.
We got about 1.6 million of the amount of money that we tried to pull down today.
Lynn says that's the equivalent to 2 weeks worth of money. She says hundreds of millions of Americans rely on Medicaid, Medicare, and other federal programs. And those healthcare recipients wouldn't be the only ones potentially impacted by a large-scale freeze.
Depriving people of those needed healthcare services is going to have catastrophic impacts on the health of the population, but also, quite frankly, politics.
Denver Health says it will continue to provide care to patients and pay employees. But if the funding freeze does go through, the provider says it will need to reassess how to move forward. Janelle Finch, 9 News.